What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XYO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are, sitting at 1.71 cents. It is the 12th of February. You had a little bit of a down day yesterday, moved down about 4.6%. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. You know, the daily to me is giving me down vibes. Let's look at the 1 hour and see if it agrees. 1 hour, yeah, it looks like you could go down a little bit lower. You might bounce here, though. A little bit of bullish divergence. Nothing that's suggestive of a major bounce yet, though it could be. You know, it could turn into something more productive. But at the moment, let's just assume you're still in a downtrend. So something that would move up to about 1.83 to potentially maybe like 2 cents itself. Something in this kind of area is what I would expect. You really could see prices not even go above these prices here, but I certainly don't expect you to go above this. If I'm wrong, if you can get above these prices here, well, then that is your low and you are being productive and going higher. If not, what I'm kind of thinking is you might not even go lower than this low. This really could be your low, but depending on how you react, are you going to find a higher low here when you reject? Are you going to reject, consolidate, and build? Like what? Depending on how you react with this area, wherever the resistance comes in. If it doesn't come in at all, if you just move up straight above, I would say really getting 1 hour closes or higher above 2.1 cents, I suppose that would negate any kind of negative aspect that I have. But on the 1 hour time frame, it doesn't look like you're ready to turn around just yet, right? You're in the oversold zone. Yes, it might be a relatively good area to buy, but just because you're in the oversold zone doesn't mean you're done, right? You got oversold here, and then you got out of it, right? The oversold zone was right there the first time, and look at how much lower you went still. So you could go lower. Let's run with that. Let's run with the idea that you could go lower. If you were to go lower, how would that look? From a low to a high, look at that. You're so close. You're reaching for your golden ratio, right? The 618 to 69. You're basically there, but you haven't hit it yet. And you have prior areas of support back here. On a closing basis, you have resistance in this area, kind of some resistance right there on a closing basis, and support as well. All in that golden ratio zone. I think you do go lower. I think you probably see lows or prices around 1.65 to 1.57 cents, somewhere in that area. And then from there you build and you break out, right? The 4 hour time frame, the 1 hour, they're giving me vibes that you probably move down over the next day or two, right? As far as the week goes, you have 4 days, 23 hours left. So I don't think you'll move down the rest of this week. I think, in fact, by the end of this week, you'll probably pull back up a little bit. You know, you might even close the week basically right where you're at now, but just pull up a little bit, leaving you with a wick from the lows that you're going to go to in the next couple days. If not, maybe it takes longer than a couple days. Maybe it takes a week or so, but I would assume next week you're probably going to be back in action. I think all of crypto, in fact, next week is going to be back in action. This thing, talking about being back in action, it's in a very perfect looking bull flag, right? You have the nice move up. That's your flag pole, and you have your flag right here, bull pole, bull flag right there, whatever. Whenever you make this move or whenever you measure this move, the idea behind this pattern, you take the low of the bull pole, okay, you put it at the base of the flag, right here, and then that puts you at about 10.6 cents. So you're at 1.7 cents now. Measure move target is at about 10.6 cents, but I want to be clear, this measure move, it's just an idea. It's not a requirement. It's not a barrier. It's not a magic prophecy. It's an idea. When you break out, you can definitely fall short of that idea. You could exceed that idea. You could run circles around it. You know what I mean? Probably not actually do that, but I'm just saying it's an idea. Generally speaking, as far as I'm concerned, in my experience, bull flags tend to have the most accurate measure move breakouts, right? If we see this, if we look at this bull flag here, I don't know if I'd measure it from this low. I feel like I'd measure it from this low here. If you put it at the base, that measure move was right here. You actually exceeded that measure move, right? And let's see if we took it all the way from the low here, would that have been more accurate? That in that sense, you just missed it. I wouldn't measure from the low anyways, but it was pretty close either way to hitting that measure move. So just delivering the point again, because this looks pretty similar, right? You've got that flagpole kind of look here. You probably will see a move that goes up around 10 cents, if not around 11 cents. And let's see if we can make sense out of that. From a high to a low here, on our fib perspective, on our extensions, your primary target zone, the 1618 to the 1272, that's about 6.2 to 9.6 cents. So just below that area that we're looking for. If basically, to me, what this is saying is if you were to hit your measure move, you likely wouldn't stop there. You probably wouldn't stop until 13.4 cents, if not 15.4 cents, somewhere in that area. If you don't hit your measure move, that's because you stopped at 9.6 cents, the golden extension, and you fell just shy of your measure move, which is pretty common as well, right? But not as much in bull flags. But it can happen still, just because it's, I mean, it can definitely happen. There's also the possibility you could go higher, maybe as high as 21 cents, but then we start getting a little bit less likely, I think, as we go higher. So let's leave that fib on there and see if anything else agrees from other fibs. From this high to this low here, you've got your 2272, 10 cents, psychological area of resistance, point of resistance with the 2272 and the golden ratio right there at 10 cents. Hey, man. And then your 2618 lining up kind of in this area as well. Some congruence is nice. What about this? What's this guy got for us? High to low here on a weekly perspective. Should I take that low? I'm going to take that low. That's fake out lows. We're going to go with that. I mean, there is some stuff on all of these that is pointing above 20 cents. And I think you go there inevitably. I do think you go there inevitably. But if I really had to guess, XYO, I think on this measure move, if I really had to guess, I would think that you actually fall just shy of your measure move. I want to zoom this out and just look. What would that do to you? That would put you right at new all-time highs. Right there. It's like you break above your all-time highs, pull back, and then move up. Sure. I mean, I think this move as a whole will take you, yes, I think it will take you above 20 cents, maybe even as high as 65 cents. I don't know if you'll be in this area by March, but I would suspect that you're at like 10 to 16 cents sometime in March. 20 cents to 65 cents, I think, will be for a later date. So I hope that all makes sense. Unless I'm dead wrong. The only way that I think I'd be wrong about XYO for this coming move is that I'm not bullish enough. Instead of talking about 10 cents, which again, this target that I'm talking for around 10 cents, likely around 10 cents, that's probably going to be mid-March. You're at 1.7 cents now. Talking about that move by mid-March, I'm talking about, what is that? A 6x almost in about 4 to 6 weeks time. It's very possible you could see higher than that. I really don't think that you're going to see lower than that, right? Which is kind of crazy, but it's not that crazy actually. It's not that crazy. That actually makes a lot of sense from a fib perspective, because you're stopping at this 786. I know that you've got a lot going on with the fibs. I know I've got a lot here, but if you look at the kind of procedure, you topped off here, which is at this relative 786. So if you were going to go higher, it actually makes sense that you would probably see this extended area up here. But again, that's so far from here. And according to this bull flag and this measure move, I see you going to the zone at 20 to 65 cents, but just maybe not right now by the end of March. We're looking at this on a weekly time frame. There's a long kind of essence of time that we can work with here before you hit this next designated target area. And I think it's rather suggestive. I'm going to delete all this so that we can see that right from the cycle high in 2021 to the cycle low here, or near the cycle low, the low of this move. Where you found resistance is the 786. Where you're finding support is the 0.5. That's very strong. I suspect your move is going to take you up to here. I very much do. There's no doubt in my mind. But by the end of March, no. I think by the end of March, you're probably going to be closer to 8.3 to 10 cents. I really do like that 10 cent area. So that's what I'm going to call for. End of March, you're probably there. Middle of March, you're probably there. Then you consolidate for a little bit, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, maybe a month, maybe 3 months, a little bit of time. And then probably going into, truthfully, I would expect April, May, at the very latest June, you'd start to move up again. So April, May, June time will be in this area. It just depends. It could be any of those months. It depends on how the market wants to move. Again, this next area that we're going to stop at, it could be a 3-week resting phase, or it could be a multi-month resting phase like we've had here. And if it's like that, then probably May, June until we see these 20 cent targets and above. If it's a smaller phase of consolidation, like I'm kind of anticipating it'll be, then maybe it'll be April, May that we're at 20 cents and above, but time will tell. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. You're at 1.7 cents now. I very strongly believe that you will go down a little bit lower. That target area, again, for those who missed it, is 1.65 to 1.57 cents. After that, I think you'll be on a multi-month pass, multi-month projection, what's the trajectory, path. You're going to be on a multi-month, I don't even know what to call it, program, moon mission, to prices that are above 20 cents, maybe even above 60 cents. and then beyond. Of course, by the end of the cycle, I think you'll be at way higher targets than that even. I think XYO will be worth multiple dollars, if not at least something that's around $2 by the end of the cycle. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.